Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'll be talking about 5 most underperformed Premier League side in 2019 to 2020 season. Number 5, Tottenham. Worst finish since 2013 to 2014 season, lowest point since 2008 to 2009 season. 4 away wins for a team like Tottenham, it's too low, and that's why we can say they finished pretty low at the table, which is number 6. Even though they won 12 games, their 4 away wins was just too costly. Harry Kane injury, which is becoming a habit for Tottenham, and I think Tottenham will have to find a striker to replace him. The time when he gets injured, so that they can have a good finisher. Because whenever he's missing, there's no good finisher for Tottenham. That's why they don't really score a lot of goals, especially when he's missing, and they end up losing or drawing the game. Only 8 clean sheet in Premier League is very low for Tottenham once again, and that was another problem for them. They concede goal very easily this season, so I think their goalkeeper don't have a much problem. I think they will have to find a good defender so that they can keep more clean sheet. 8 clean sheet for a team like Tottenham is too low, and we can see why they finished number 6 in the table. And at one stage, I thought they were not even gonna go to number 6. I thought Wolves might just run away. But Mourinho done a good job with the players, and I hope he can bring back Tottenham to number 3 or number 4 position next season. Number 4, Everton. Worst finish since 2003 to 2004 season. First half of the season, they were neither relegation zone or like 15, 16. But then after sacking Marco Silva, they did recover very well, but they are a side that they play very lazy football. Sometimes they just play for a draw, sometimes they just don't attempt to try to score a goal. So I think this was one of their most disappointing part. Even though having a striker like Richarlison, who loves scoring goal, but then this season he wasn't active as he was like last season. Andrew Gomez, I thought he was a good signing, but I think he's kind of missing his mark over here. But next season, I'm really looking forward to what he's gonna do. I really hope him and Richarlison do step up. As for me, these two are the best player for Everton. So I really hope they both step up next season and maybe push them for a number 10 or number 9 position instead of number 12, because the amount of player they do have, I don't think they should be sitting on number 12 position. Number 3, I've gone with Arsenal. Worst season since 1994 to 1995 season. Well, they did perform very well in FA Cup, and they were showing some good sign after a restart. But then, in all honesty, a club like Arsenal, you should not win games against weak teams, especially in Premier League. So that was really a big problem for them. And then the draw against Aston Villa, that was also a very bad draw for a team like Arsenal, even though they did win against Liverpool a week before. But like to sum up their season, I think their biggest problem was too many draws. From October 21 to February 2, they played 17 games, and in that period, they drew 10 games, which is ridiculous. And one of the biggest problems also individual error from like Mustafi, David Luiz. These two were one of the like biggest kind of a disappointment this season. And then Pepe, he didn't perform. Sometimes he does, but most of the time he don't. I thought their front three was gonna be decent this season, and I really thought they were gonna finish like third or fourth this season. But things just didn't go on their way, and they draw too many games. So I think the next season, if they convert those draws to win, even half of them, they can finish much higher. They can at least finish fourth or fifth position once again. In terms of transfer, I don't think they have to do much business, but if they stick with this side and their player perform, I think they can do a decent job next season. Second underperformed team was for me is Watford. Their first win came in November 8 after match week 12. So it is super terrible for a team like Watford, who got enough experienced player to win Premier League games, and they got few good youngsters that who can win games if they perform well individually. But they were just terrible. They were not performing, and most part of the season they were in the relegation zone or somewhere there. And they do got three big results. That was against Manchester United, Liverpool, and Wolves. And against Liverpool, one of their promising star performed really well, Ismail Assar. I thought he did play that game very well, and I thought he started to mature his game. But then after that, he again was not performing. He is very inconsistent. So if he moves to a better team, I think it might help him. And especially they're relegated now. I think he's most likely to leave the club. And Watford's biggest problem this season was their strikers. Their strikers completely underperformed. So I don't know what is gonna happen to them when they go to championship, but all I know that most of the players are gonna leave, and I really hope Ismail Assar go to a better club. Uh, that kid do have some talent. He's very athletic. So if he goes to a team that play attacking type of football, even if he get like 16 to 18 matches in one season, I can tell you that he will improve a lot. And I think he is one of the players to watch out for next season if he get enough opportunities and if no injury and if no injury involvement. And I just realized one of the main striker, Troy Deeney, I heard is also moving to Spurs. Like there are some rumors, and I think if that happen, that is gonna be a very costly loss for them, because there are few players I think they are going to leave it no matter what, because they have enough quality to play in Premier League. So even if a Troy Deeney type of a player leave, I think it's gonna be very costly. But yeah, all I can say that good luck to the team. I think financially they won't have any problem, but in terms of future they will have some problems. But yeah. And worst team for me is not Bournemouth. I'm gonna say Norwich, because I expect a lot from them at start of the season. I thought they were gonna finish around 14 or 13 position, but they were just very disappointing. They never performed. They got a lot of young players that I thought they were gonna perform, and I won't say that Premier League came too early at them. It was just that the way they were playing football, it didn't really suited them, and the 21 point for them is the lowest point ever they got in any football division in their history. So you can say how bad they were this season. And one of their player that was missing is obviously Pookie, because after I think match week 15 or 20 he started to not perform. He lost his confidence. We also saw his performance against Manchester City. He got few chances, I think couple of chances, but he missed it because I just think that he is not brave enough or confident enough. And going back to championship, I think it might help him. And Norwich have actually relegated to championship three times in their last three Premier League attempts. So this showed that they are actually very bad at Premier League. And maybe like championship is already their peak, they have to stay there, but I won't stay like that, because the amount of youngsters they produce this season, if they stay in Norwich, which is impossible, it will be very good for Norwich. But even if they leave, financially Norwich won't have any problem for the next few years, and they can rebuild. And we have seen many teams that when they relegate to Premier League, they'll go to championship and they'll relegate to League One, and then they'll come back and they'll come back to Premier League. I think this might happen to them this season. But if their players leave, I mean, if their players leave, this is gonna happen. If their players don't leave, I think they're gonna stay in championship, and within 1 to 2 years, I think they can come back. Many of the players do have potential. So yeah, please tell what do you guys think of my video. Please comment down in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel and give a big thumbs up.